Hi, today we're going to talk about menstrual sponges. First, what is a menstrual sponge? A menstrual sponge is a natural sea sponge that is used to absorb menstrual blood. It is inserted into the vagina after being moistened to make it soft and supple, because when you first receive them they're a little hard and resistant to squeezing, but once they've been wet you can simply squeeze it and insert it into the vagina. While in the vagina it absorbs blood. Then when it is full you may remove it, rinse it out, and use it again. Yes, these are natural sea sponges that are reusable. Most people have gone to alternative methods out of either cost effectiveness or safety. There has been some recent controversy over the chemical called dioxin and its presence in bleached commercial tampons and sanitary napkins, and their link to cancer and endometriosis and fibroids. So this is a healthy alternative. In addition to that, these are very cost effective. These sponges can be used anywhere from 6 to 12 months, depending on how durable yours is, how gentle you are with it, and how well you store it. How often do you change a menstrual sponge? Just as you would a tampon, about every 2 to 3 hours. If you are a heavy bleeder, you may insert both of these as they're squeezed into the canal. They could handle more fluid if you are a heavy bleeder. How do you store these between uses? Well, let's start by how do you care for it. When you first receive your sponge, again, it's going to be a little harder, a little more firm. You'll just wet it, and that allows it to change into a soft sponge that we're used to. You'll boil it, as some recommend, but I have found that when you boil them, they don't last as long because you actually deteriorate the sponge itself. So I have been soaking my sponges, and this is what I recommend, in hydrogen peroxide solution, half water, half peroxide, and let that soak overnight. Afterwards, you can store this in the bag that I supply it with, and it'll stay dry and be able to breathe. There are a couple of other ways that you can sanitize your sponge upon its arrival, and also in between each cycle. You can add a teaspoon of baking soda to a cup of water and soak it overnight in that. You can have a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a cup of water, or you can add a couple of drops of tea tree oil to a cup of water, or even a couple of drops of colloidal silver to a cup of water, and store these wonderful beauties overnight. Okay, so that's the summary of the menstrual sponge. I hope that answered some of your many questions that I've had as to why we would use a menstrual sponge. It is one of 3 products that I have available. The first being the menstrual cup, which is a bell-shaped cup that you can use to collect your blood. The second is the menstrual sponge. I also have the soft cup, which is a diaphragm-like device. And in addition to that, I will also be carrying reusable sanitary napkins. So if you have any interest of any of these things, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am the Wellness Partner, author of the Healthy Vagina Workshop. I can be reached at thewellnesspartner11@gmail.com. You can also find me on the internet at The Wellness Partner on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you.